All right, good Wednesday morning, everybody. We are live on Kent's 5, talking all things weather. It's a mostly cloudy start to our Wednesday. We're halfway through the week, and a few breaks in the sky that'll help temperatures climb back into the lower 90s today, which is seasonal. For late June, it's actually not bad. It's actually been pretty decent lately compared to previous summers, beginning of summers like in 2024, 2023, where temperatures easily started off like in the upper 90s, like near 100 degrees. But these last several days, because of cloud cover, some passing rain, just the pattern that's in place has led to seasonal air like 91, 92, 93, which is a lot better than, triple digit heat, that's for sure. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below, join the conversation. We're looking at a mostly cloudy sky. Now, a lot like yesterday where we saw a couple of these coastal showers, form between Corpus Christi, Beeville, Victoria, Pleasanton, Cuero. They'll eventually make their way towards the I-35 corridor, the San Antonio Metro, and we'll see hit or miss showers in the area. Now, last night, like the northwest side of San Antonio, saw a pretty good amount of rain where the south and eastern side of Bexar County didn't really see much. It was just a sunny, partly cloudy day. But with more moisture moving in, as you can see right here, as we kind of zoom out, there's still a good amount of moisture moving in off the Gulf, and that may aid in the help of more daytime showers, but mostly isolated, mostly very widely scattered. They're not going to be everywhere. But if you do find yourself underneath the downpour, some dark, ominous clouds, then it could easily produce like a quick 1/10 to a 1/4 of an inch of rain, maybe even more, depending on how large the thunder shower is. Because you can see just north of Columbus and between there and Brenham, pretty good amount of heavy rain north of I-10. But that's just, east of I-35. Let's see if we can get some of this activity moving towards Bernie, San Antonio, Hondo, and Pleasanton over the next couple of hours. So we're going to watch the radar pretty closely later on this afternoon. The best time to see this rain, if it forms and moves into San Antonio and around our area, will primarily be between 3 o'clock and 7 p.m. That's our window for seeing these pop-up daytime showers and thunder showers. But after sunset, we lose that ability. These showers and this rain is driven by daytime heat, the difference in heating between land and the Gulf and the water. So that pulls in air and drops the pressure between land and sea, and that helps produce these daytime isolated showers and storms. It's hard to forecast where exactly these are going to pop up because they're very random. So they can pop up anywhere from, Cotulla, Tilden, Victoria, Houston, towards Austin. Austin saw like 2 downpours last night. It was pretty intense for the I-35 corridor yesterday afternoon. But now, again, it's mostly sunny, partly cloudy, but we'll see additional rain develop on the radar as we progress into the late afternoon, 3, 4, and 5 o'clock. Right now, the airport showing 83 degrees, feels like 88, southwest winds at 6 miles an hour. This is a different graphic. Getting ready for the 4th of July just shows how weather affects fireworks, like rain, humidity, drought, calm winds, and stronger winds. But that's for next week. So July begins Tuesday, and then 4th of July is next Friday, so we're not too far from the holiday, guys. Temperature 83 in San Antonio, 83 at Bulverde, 82 at Devine, 85 at Stockdale, 86 at Calaveras, and same thing over at Stinson. Very uniform in the temperatures, a little warmer in some spots across Bexar County. Already jumping to 90 in Eagle Pass at 90 degrees, 89 in Cotulla, lower 80s across the hill country, not bad. So notice how active the radar is east, right towards Houston, East Texas. This has been the ongoing weather pattern for about 4 to 5 days, which is why the East Coast is dealing with pretty intense heat. If you look at the forecast highs like in the Carolinas, Washington, D.C., New York, Boston, triple-digit heat, and that's very abnormal. They get hot in the summer, but not as hot as Texas where we see triple digits. But it's because of this big dome of high pressure. It's pushing down on the atmosphere and putting a cap on the atmosphere, and that leads to more sinking air, and when the air sinks, it warms up and it dries out. So that's why pretty much the entire part of the country is dealing with a lot of heat for the most part across the East Coast. Okay, our forecast will see another round again of those widely scattered, isolated thunder showers through 4, 5, and 6 p.m. After the sun sets, it's a quiet overnight. Tomorrow morning, middle to lower 70s, not bad at all. Tomorrow afternoon, daytime heat produces another round of these hit or miss showers. As you can see, not everyone sees this rain. Most areas out west will see nothing. But along I-35 and pointing east of that, towards the Texas coast, towards the coastal bend. That's where the coverage of rain and these spotty downpours will be more likely. So as you can see on this future rainfall graphic, most locations seeing 0. But if you're lucky enough, like potentially near Bernie, Seguin, Pleasanton, Beeville, Gonzales, if you're lucky enough to get underneath one of these heavy downpours that form along the coast and then move farther north, you could see a quick 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of rainfall. We'll see if that happens though. All right, 92 degrees today and very seasonal air through Saturday. It's Sunday and early next week as we round out June when temperatures go up a little bit. Expect mid to upper 90s leading up into the 4th of July, into the holiday weekend. Right now, forecast highs pretty reflective of what the 4th of July brings this time of year. 97, 98, heat index probably like 101, 102, maybe near heat advisory criteria. So we'll have to watch that pattern very closely. We may have some dangerous heat on our hands for the 5th and 6th of July, but otherwise, in the meantime, lower 90s, not bad through Saturday. Sunday gets a little hotter, and the next week for the 4th of July, high temperatures, 97 to 98 degrees.